You know, over the past decade, we've followed the journey and the fight of Tara Revyn. She's a mom that was diagnosed with cancer who finally found a bone marrow donor last summer.
That's really winning life's lottery. Now she's about to experience a milestone, one that's once seemed so far out of reach. Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us to share Tara's remarkable road to recovery.
Tara was diagnosed with something called myelodysplastic syndrome more than 10 years ago. It's a type of cancer where the bone marrow doesn't make enough healthy blood cells, and it can develop into leukemia. Now, from the start, doctors knew a bone marrow transplant was really Tara's only shot at a cure. But the journey to find that match took far longer than anyone could have expected.
I remember sitting with Channel 4 10 years ago in my parents' house saying, you know, I just want to be a mom. And I don't want my son to grow up without a mom.
Try and get me.
This was that day in 2004 as Tara Revyn was just beginning her fight against a deadly disease. Her son Jay was just 7 years old.
I pray every night with him before he goes to bed. I look at him, it's just absolutely overwhelming how much I love him. My biggest fear is to have my son grow up without a mom.
Tara is Korean and adopted. With no blood relatives, she turned to the Be the Match registry. But as too often happens for minorities, she was unable to find a match. Over the next decade, she never gave up looking, holding countless bone marrow drives. And then last year, with her health deteriorating,
We found a donor. It's huge. Especially after waiting for 10 years.
On July 19th, Tara finally received the bone marrow transplant she had prayed for all those years. So how's she doing now?
The transplant went great. I'm alive.
The road to recovery hasn't been easy. She says her family, friends, and the staff at the Karmanos Cancer Center kept her going.
But there are those nights where you're laying in bed and I think to myself, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I have so much pain. I feel so weak. So it was very scary for me.
That's when she relied on her faith.
In those dark times, you have to just call on God and have faith that there is still a plan and you can get through this.
Oncologist Dr. Joseph Uberti is one of Tara's longtime doctors.
She's doing extremely well. Her counts have recovered. She has no signs of her disease coming back. She really made a great step in the road to recovery.
One stop on that road, celebrating the new year in a big way, attending the Winter Classic at the Big House with her son.
Which was pretty awesome.
Not so awesome? Asking her doctor if she could go.
I was like, should I tell him? Should I ask him? What if he says no?
Tara's her own person. Regardless of what I say, she's going to do whatever she wants. So I let her go. She was doing fine. She was going to have fun, so I said, go have fun. Just be careful.
Tara has kept a blog to detail her recovery.
January 20th. It's funny, I've had a lot of people tell me, I'm so inspired by you. I could never go through what you did. I'm not a hero. I'm a woman who, for some reason, was given this life to live. I am touched that sharing my story has inspired others.
And her once seemingly impossible dream of seeing her son grow up and graduate is now within reach.
You know, he's a senior this year, and I always said 10 years ago, all I want to do is see my son graduate and grow up. You know, my son is my life, and that's why I did all of this, so I could be a mom. I'm able to do that. He's a senior this year. He's going to be going into the Marine Corps, and I couldn't be more proud.
She plans to keep encouraging others to join the bone marrow registry and hopes one day to thank her hero in person.
I think my donor all the time. I think about who this person is. All I know, he's a 35-year-old male somewhere. I don't know where he lives, and I hope to one day be able to meet him and say thank you for giving me my life back.
Now, more people, especially minorities, are desperately needed to be on the Be the Match bone marrow registry. It's so easy. Just a soft swab from your cheek, and if you are a match, saving someone's life is nearly as painless as a quick blood donation. Now, you can learn more about the process and how to join on the health page at clickondetroit.com. Back to you.
Hey, thank you very much, Doc. And joining us now in studio is Tara and her doctor, Dr. Uberti, and we appreciate you guys coming in. It's so inspiring. I know you even get emotional when you still continue to watch this story, but you've got to be sitting there and just feeling so proud.
I feel blessed.
You know,
Very
I mean,
blessed.
you had the strength to get through this. What got you through?
My faith. Faith and just belief that, you know, everything happens for a reason. And in hindsight, I see that there are many blessings that have come from this 10 years.
Doctor, talk to me a little bit about Tara. She seems like such a gem as a patient.
She truly is. She's been a great patient. She's been through a lot. She's had this disease for over 10 years. And fortunately for her, in one sense, the disease hasn't progressed very quickly. But after 10 years, we knew it was time to go to transplant. So at that point, we said that this was really the only curative therapy for her. And we knew she could make it through a transplant. We just had to put her through the process.
Talk to me a little bit about the bone marrow match and the success rate and survival rate with Karmanos.
So the success rate varies on what type of disease you have, what type of donor you have, how good of a match it is. Tara didn't have a perfect match. She had a 7 out of 8 match. It made her survival a little bit more difficult. However, as you can see, she's done extremely well with it. You know, we have very good outcomes with transplant right now, some of the best in the nation at Karmanos Cancer Center. We're very proud of our outcomes and how our patients have done with transplant.
And dealing with your son, must have been obviously very difficult and emotional for him. How is he doing now? Because you said, you know, he's going off, and he seems like he's strong, but he's your little boy still. You know what I'm saying? How does he handle all of this?
You know, he handles it great. Cancer and this whole journey, it's been life-changing, but he's still Jay, and I'm still his mom, and that's the way I wanted it to be through these 10 years, and it will continue.
Let's say someone's watching right now and they're perhaps in a situation similar to you. What kind of words of advice and strength can you give them that might have just give them that extra nudge to get through?
Just never give up hope. 10 years is a long time. In the very beginning, I felt hopeless, but you have to believe that you're going to live, and believe that everything happens for a reason. And through these 10 years, I never gave up hope. I never ever gave up hope, and I always felt that there was a purpose for me to be here. And now, sitting here, I can see that, and I'm very blessed and very happy.
And you hope someday to meet your donor?
I would love to. Love to.
That would be great. She said in the commercial break, I was hoping he'd be Justin Verlander.
Because I don't think
it is, but you never know. So if there's some little backstory there, you need to keep us updated.
I know. I hope I prove him wrong. He said no, but
it's not Justin Verlander.
I love to prove him wrong.
That's true. You always do. All right. Well, thank you, Doctor. I appreciate it. And Tara, thank you so much.
Thank you.
By the way, today on Local 4 News at 4, 5, and 6, we've got experts from Karmanos in. They are going to be participating in a live web chat on clickondetroit.com. They'll answer your questions about screening tests for prostate, lung, and breast cancer. So make sure to log on, join that chat if you have any questions. That's where you'll find the experts. I'll send it over to you, Brandon.